about a subject that comes to mind, and that is Tariq and Kanan's fate. When it comes down to it, Power is dominantly about parent versus child, because if you pay attention, Tariq and Ghost's storyline is similar to that of Kanan and Rock's. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you can tell throughout all of Power Book 1, Tariq was being manipulated against Ghost the entire time. Ghost was his hero. He loved Ghost. That was his father. And Ghost absolutely loved Tariq, as well as loving Raina and Yasmin as well. But Tariq was his only son, as far as we know. And Tariq was the one that he was going to give the reins to take over. But he was trying to build a life of legitimacy that Tariq can take over versus a life of crime, because he never intended for Tariq to be a drug dealer or a drug lord. But in the end, it was Tariq's desires to be that his father used to be, that put Tariq in the situation that he's in right now. Kanan pretty much saw what it was and made a move. And where Kanan was betrayed by Tariq and died, Tasha picked it back up, but really couldn't control it, because towards the end, Tariq started taking over and moving in his own way. Even though he loved and respect his mom, he started doing things in his own way. This is very similar to Kanan's situation in raising Kanan, as pretty much Rock was his hero from the very beginning of raising Kanan. He wanted to be a part of the life. He thought he was destined for that. And even though he's shown talent and potential of a high intelligence, and Rock was always trying to put him in the best of schools and the best of programs, and his grades were good, over time, Kanan just started not caring for school, and his grades and everything went down because of his desires no longer to be in the school. He thought because he was Rock and Defcon's son, he was destined to become a drug lord or a drug kingpin himself. And over time, he put himself in that situation where he started hustling behind Rock's back, and like Tariq, started doing his own thing. Now, who influenced Kanan to become that way? Really no one. It was really the image of his mother and the man that he thought was his father that made him felt as though he was going to do what he do. But jealousy also played a part too, because he wanted to take out old buddy for Davina, and in the end, Davina is no longer there. And so with that being said, Kanan ended up, leaving the concept of that to being in season 2, where Symphony and his family was trying to help him go towards a different route, but he still didn't listen. Rock then tried to somewhat control him, but it didn't work out. And then him and Famous started doing their own thing. By the time we got to season 3, him and Rock was just in a bad place so much because of all the betrayals he found out about. Because at the very end of season 1, Kanan found out that Rock put him in a very tough situation where he could have not survived, or probably would have went to jail. But in the end, when it came down to it, he's looking at the fact that Wiz was taken out by Rock. He's looking at the fact that Howard was taken out by Rock. He's looking at the fact that Rock always plays the way she has to play, even if the play is against him. And so this led up to the situation we had at the very end of season 4, where him pointing a gun at his mother, and it was very, very much like Tariq pointing a gun at Ghost in the very end of the Power series. And so with that being said, the fate of Tariq and Kanan. Now, Kanan's fate over the years was instant betrayal, consistent betrayal. If he really did kill Rock, he is dealing with a curse, in my opinion, because in the end, he blamed his mother for things she didn't do. And in the end, he is consistently betrayed ever since he takes down Rock, or attempted to take down Rock. And then he lost the most in season 4, which put him in a situation where he felt the way he felt towards the end of the season. And then Snap and Pop playing him. And so with that being said, by the time we get the origins, he's going to be a totally different character. He's going to be reminiscent of the Kanan that we know, even though he is that now, but he's going to be in that Kanan that we know. And then eventually he's going to go on to book 1, where we know his story ends, where his betrayal by Tariq happens. Now, how will Tariq's situation parallel Kanan's situation? What if Tariq puts his trust in somebody that he mentors, someone that he cares about, someone that he takes on, that is going to be like a brother or a son to him, or a daughter or sister to him, and this person ends up betraying him? And the number one person a lot of people are looking at to be that person might be Yasmin. We never know. We're going to find out. But basically, when it comes down to it, we will find out how everything eventually plays out with Tariq's storyline, as he will be returning somewhere down the line, maybe in the form of a Power movie, maybe in the form of a new series. but we will find out. But that's pretty much all I got to say in regards to that. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy Bobby Beast here. Just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And one.